Hello YouTube, FIYPProductions here with a contest entry for CyberKnight8610's 10,000 subscriber contest. The idea of the contest was to come up with your own archetype and make some of the cards and talk about what the archetype does. You know, he wanted you to be original, so he wanted to see you make the cards on YugiOhCardMaker.net. I'll put a link in my description for the video. So I'm going to show you the archetype that I made. I made some support, some monsters, even a synchro. And I apologize if they look a little weird. My printer is almost out of ink. I think that might be the problem. So they might have lines through them or something like that. So the first cards I'll show you aren't in cases. I got some of the other ones in cases. So they look almost kind of real in a way. So, well, here it is. The archetype is called West Warrior. And as you can see, they're cowboys. They're all cowboys. It's kind of the theme. They're all earth types. And this one is West Warrior Windsor. He's level 4 with 1800 attack, 400 defense, and they're all warriors. Yeah, you know. His effect is, if a face-up West Warrior monster you control is destroyed by its own effect, you can reveal this card in your hand, toss a coin, and call it. If you call it correctly, special summon this card to your side of the field and face-up attack position during the end phase. So, some of the other West Warriors, I'll kind of get into them. If they're destroyed by their own effect, you know, special summon from the hand if you call the coin toss correctly. So, this will be an example of one of the other ones. This is West Warrior Slims. He's level 4 as well, 17 by 1300. His effect is, when a face-up West Warrior monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can destroy this card to negate the attack. If this face-up card would be destroyed by battle, you can toss a coin and call it. If you call it correctly, destroy this face-up card and negate the attack. So he basically has two different effects where he destroys himself, so that would activate Windsor's effect while he's in your hand. And that's kind of the theme, is that they destroy themselves instead of being destroyed by battle if you call the coin toss correctly. So that not only prevents you from losing battle damage if the monster that attacking is higher, you know, but it also stops cards like Flameville Fire Dog that allows it to search other monsters when it destroys a monster by battle. So, you know, this next one is West Warrior Carbo, level 3. This is the tuner of the bunch, 1500 by 1000. His effect is, well, it's kind of hard to see. I told you my printer is almost out of ink. If this face-up card would be destroyed by battle, before damage calculation, you can flip a coin and call it. If you call it correctly, destroy this card to negate the attack. If this face-up card is destroyed by its own effect and sent to the graveyard, you can select one face-up West Warrior monster you control and double its original attack until the end phase. So, as you can see, it's white lettered. Same thing with Slims, because they're supposed to be rare, but that doesn't kind of come out well. So they're white, they're supposed to be rare. I think it might be not too overpowered, but I mean, it's still pretty good. So his effect also destroys himself, which would activate, you know, Windsor's effect. I should have added an effect for Slims too, to, you know. So I'll move on to some of the support. I have Deadeye. It's an equip spell card. Its effect is, equip only to a face-up West Warrior monster you control. If the equipped monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. If the equipped monster is destroyed, toss a coin and call it. If you call it correctly, you can add this card to your hand instead of sending it to the graveyard. So that's, you know, pretty good equipped spell card for the archetype. Gold Rush. This is supposed to be rare, I believe that's why it's white lettering. Or it could be a trap card, I don't quite remember. It's a continuous trap card, excuse me. Its effect is, once per turn, when a face-up West Warrior monster you control is destroyed by its own effect and sent to the graveyard, draw one card. Send this card to the graveyard during the third end phase after activation. I'm afraid it might be a little overpowered, but it is once per turn, and then it's eventually sent to the graveyard, so. Quick Draw. This is actually what kind of inspired the archetype. I wanted to create a card like this. Its effect is, activate only if you control a face-up West Warrior monster. Until the end phase, you can activate your face-down normal spell cards as quick play spell cards. So, there are a couple good staples you can use this with, like Monster Born and Pot of Avarice. I don't know why you'd want to activate it during your opponent's turn, but I'm sure there are strategies that can be created with this card. And finally, we have the Synchro West Warrior, the Lone Ranger. Pretty cool, eh? Level 7. It's also Earth type. As you can see, I kind of forgot to put the Synchro materials that you need for it. It's supposed to require a West Warrior tuner, so it's kind of limits the archetype a bit. Well, you know, the use of this card. It's got 26 by 2500. Its effect is, while this card is face up on the field, when another face up West Warrior monster you control activates its effect to toss a coin, negate the coin toss and automatically activate the effect. If this face up card would be destroyed, you can toss a coin and call it. If you call it correctly, you can destroy one face up West Warrior monster you control instead and treat it as if it was destroyed by its own effect. So as you can see, this card is I guess pretty good. It's definitely the trump card of the bunch. I wish I had more monsters for you to see, but that would generally be the overall theme, is that they destroy themselves, and then other ones get effects if, you know, one of themselves is, I don't know, it's a little complicated, but I think it's pretty neat. And I apologize for not having the synchro material. Completely forgot about that, but it's supposed to have a West Warrior tuner monster, so you have to use Carbo or another West Warrior tuner. So that's my entry for the contest. You know, I think it's a very interesting contest, having to create your own archetype. It was a lot of fun. So, well, I guess yeah, that's it. It's pretty much all I've created so far for it. So, well, thanks for watching.